Hey y'all, it's Basehead Dipper here, dipping some Copenhagen Long Coat Wintergreen. Come and talk about a few things and show you two dip tricks I actually thought of 2 nights ago. So I bought me a roll of Copenhagen Long Coat Wintergreen, and I've always had the issue when I try to open it, all the cans fall out. So I was like, well, I'm going to figure out a way to actually get one can out and still have the other cans packed tightly. So what I did was, this is how it came. What I did is I took this little razor blade here. It's one of these little helping hands, single edge razor blade. And these are little razor blades that you can actually use barehanded, or if you have gloves you can use them too, but you can hold them from this end. So what I did was, I actually got it up underneath the can of dip, and I went around and it gave me a clean edge. So with doing that, you don't have to worry about your cans going all over the place and pretty much having to try and find cans wherever they fall out at. So yeah, that's a pretty neat trick. And you can actually buy a pack of razor blades for like, $2, depending on where you live. I actually got these with some tools, and there's 5 blades, well actually 4 in here, and then 1 right here. If you're wondering why this is black, or a weird color like this, is because I took a torch to it. I don't know why, I was bored. But yeah. I pretty much tempered the tip a little bit to make it a little bit stronger. And it's actually working out really well. And it's not dulling out as easy as it normally would if it was just like straight out of the package. So yeah. Now the other trick I learned, and this was fucking around with one of these little torches right here, like this one. This is the actual one I was using. But what I found out is if you heat up the lid, for the most part, you heat up the lid, you can get the label around the actual lid off. Now, to get the label off the plastic can itself, just a little WD-40. I'm not shitting you. A little WD-40 will actually dissolve that glue, and that label will come right off. Not so cleanly, and you still have sticky parts, but for the most part, the can actually looks pretty cool. You got your gold trim, or your what would you call that, brass trim with the black. And if you live in the state of Louisiana, black and gold is for the New Orleans Saints. So I thought that was pretty cool, and that's pretty much it for the dip tricks. If I find any more, I'll let you know. Actually, I do have another one. If you take a little sandpaper and you don't want to see this ugly warning label, you can take a little fine grit sandpaper. Give me a second. Warning label is gone. And if you wanted to, you can actually repaint this black, and you can fuck around with your dipping buddies. Be like, hey dude, I got a can of Copenhagen without the warning label on it. They'll be like, how'd you do that? Oh, well. You lead them on for a little bit, and then you tell them that all I did was just scrape the warning label off with, I think this is like what is this, 100 grit? Fine P150, yeah, this is 100 grit sandpaper. I don't know where they get fine at. This is actually pretty coarse. But, this is actually the same sandpaper I'm actually using on my machete at the moment. And it's actually pretty sharp, believe it or not. So, yeah. It actually works out really well putting a rough edge on a machete. But yeah, that's actually 3 dip tricks. If you want to consider scraping the label off as a dip trick. It looks actually pretty cool to me. If you wanted to, if you can get like right in this corner here, you can actually get that completely clean and then put some gold paint on it and have it match the actual rim itself. But yeah, that's pretty much how you take the warning label off of a dip can. I don't know if it works with the plastic lids. I don't think it does, but who cares? It's still pretty neat. Be careful because you will have like a lot of dirt particles, or not really dirt, but metal shavings and paint shavings from sanding. So yeah. Anyways, one thing I want to talk about is the iPod Touch. I freaking love this thing. I've had it for a couple of days now, and yeah, it's really nice. The fact that I have the front-facing camera right here, and the light sensor right here, and then a rear-facing camera that I don't use too often. If I'm going to take a picture of myself, I'll just hold it like this, and I'm going to load it up. Rotate the screen, or not the screen, but the camera, put it to front, and voila, that's pretty much it. That's a shitty picture. I'm going to take a better one. Alright. Yep, that's me. I look fucking goofy, but who cares? Alright. I want to take a look at that picture, see, because it looked like I was doubling up. Yeah, it was actually doubling up a little bit because the camera was feeding into itself, but oh well. Who cares? But yeah, I love this thing. The only problem I really have with it, well, there's two problems now. But the guy did mention that the battery is not as long lasting as it was if it was brand new. And then the iMessage, but I still have my FaceTime, so yeah. This is the message it gives me. I don't know if you can see this. No, you can't. But it says, which is my aunt, April is not registered with iMessage, which I know she is because I actually FaceTime with her when I first got my iPod. So yeah. But that's pretty much it for the dip tricks. I've been doing a lot of soldering. Like, I'll take some of the heavy duty solder. This is actually Dutch Boy, made in the USA by TerraCorp, iMaco Incorporated. And this is actually a lead-free solder. This is see, where did it say that? I think it said tin and copper. Yeah, the product contains tin and copper, so it's a lead-free solder. But I've been making stuff with this, believe it or not. I haven't really been using it to solder wire. And I don't know where I got this from, but it works really well. Like, I made a breast cancer awareness, or really any type of awareness or support ribbon, because I know they have the ribbons for the United States military, support our troops, which is in camouflage. So what I did was I pretty much made it to go for anything, breast cancer, colon cancer, really any type of awareness or support, like support the troops. It can even, believe it or not, I'm not going to lie to you, a lot of people look down on security guards. My mom's a security guard, an armed security guard, and I actually did that for her because being she works armed security, she's actually putting her life on the line for the customers in the casino. So I did that for her in support of your local security guards because, you know what, these guys, yeah, they don't do much. They pretty much just sit in a casino or wherever with a gun, but the risk factor is still there. It really is. And that's what actually pisses me off. Everybody makes fun of security guards. Okay, yeah, they're security guards. They're not like a government official or anything. But guess what, guys? They're still doing their part to protect the people that are in the building or whatever. So yeah, just keep this in mind. Support your local security guards because they are doing their part. They are protecting and serving, even though they are not law enforcement. No, they cannot make arrests. No, they cannot go serve warrants. No, they're not over in Iraq or Afghanistan or Kuwait or anything like that. But they're still doing their part. They really are. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is, even though they're security guard, they still have risks. Their lives are still on the line. I mean, you get some crazy motherfucker that comes up in the casino, or any casino really, it's like, my rabbit's going nuts. Oh, what the fuck is he doing? He's moving shit out the shavings out of the way. I don't know why. Don't ask me. But yeah, they're still serving their part. The risk factor is still there. But like I was saying, you can get one crazy motherfucker that comes up in there with a fucking gun and just start shooting everybody. And really, you have to rely on the security guard, especially if they work armed security. I think it's stupid for them to work unarmed. And really, because if you think about it, unarmed security, no matter what you do, it doesn't matter if it's daytime, nighttime, you name it. There's always a risk factor. People say, oh, somebody ain't gonna rob a store in the middle of the day. Bull fucking shit. You'd be surprised how many people around here rob stores in a fucking day. It's not very often, but they still do it. And they're still complete dumbasses for doing it. So yeah, guys, this is Basshead Dipper signing out.